with liberty and justice for all. If everyone could remain seated for a moment of silence for all of our troops.
Standing.
Did I say standing? Sorry.
That's what you're doing. We knew what you meant.
Thank you. We're now going to do the office of oaths. So, Virginia, if you could take it on, and Trish, switch. Why would we do it the easy way?
Absolutely.
Zip.
Yes, you sit.
Zip.
And then they'll call you. Frank's I mean,
She said yes. Right next to me.
Don't bring crap.
Trish Abato. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And that I will faithfully discharge your duties as the mayor of the Village of Suffern.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties as the Mayor of Suffern
To the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Take your mayor seat.
You got a new seat, huh?
I know, it's like so luxurious down there.
This is the high rent.
Seriously, down there, my knees are up against me. I said to Matt, I said, you gotta
Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
The Constitution of the State of New York.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties as a trustee of the Village of Suffern.
Will faithfully discharge the duties of trustee of the Village of Suffern.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. We have one more gentleman.
Yes, that's you. There she goes.
Mrs. Hagen.
That one goes up.
Repeat after me. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the State of New York. And I will faithfully discharge my duties as a trustee of the Village of Suffern. So help me God. Congratulations.
Okay, we will go on with the organizational meeting. Virginia, you going to do the depositories?
Yeah.
I, Patricia Abato, Mayor of the Village of Suffern, and the Board of Trustees, do hereby designate Chase Bank, Key Bank, Sterling Bank, TD Bank, and First Niagara Bank of the Village of Suffern as official depositories of the Village of Suffern. Okay?
You need a motion?
Yeah, you need a motion, Mayor.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the newspapers.
Designation of official newspapers,
What do you want, the Journal News?
Journal News.
The Journal News will be the official newspaper of the Village of Suffern.
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I vote yes. Motion is carried. We now move on to the appointments. For Deputy Mayor for a one-year term, I appointed Jo Meegan-Corrigan.
Thank you.
You don't need a...
Motion to
No,
confirm.
you don't on that.
I don't need that one.
Well, no.
For Village Clerk,
Okay.
one-year term, Virginia Menschner.
Need a motion to
Motion.
confirm.
So
on these.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Deputy Village Clerk, one-year term, Kathy Van Sickle.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Village Attorney, one-year term, Terry Rice.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Assistant Village Attorney, one-year term, Rob Magrino.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Acting Village Justice, one-year term, Stephanie Fergang Adwar.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tax Collector, one-year term, Joanne Chiaffi.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Deputy Tax Collector, one-year term, Virginia Menschner.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer, one-year term, Thomas Zordan.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Deputy Treasurer, one-year term, Barbara Cotiers.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Village Historian, one-year term, Craig Long.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Registrar, one-year term, Lynn Bryant.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Deputy Registrar, one-year term, Kathy Van Sickle.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sub-registrars, one-year term, Joanne Chiaffi, Virginia Menschner. All in
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
We're on a roll.
Zoning Board of Appeals, five-year term member, Jerry Levitas.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chairman, one-year term, Henry Sussman.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Planning Board, five-year term member, Andrew Dale.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chairman, one-year term, Paul Gdansky.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alternate, one-year term, Dan McInerney.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Parking Authority, interim chairman, Alan Newman.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Parking Authority member, five-year term, Alan Newman.
Didn't we do that one? Oh,
No.
no, that was a change. Okay. So moved. Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board of Ethics chairman, one-year term, Jonathan Theodore.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Member, five-year term, Jonathan Theodore. All in... Go ahead.
Confirm.
So
Motion to
moved.
confirm.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unexpired term, Board of Ethics until 2015, Lisa Estrin.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unexpired term till 2017, Bruce Simon.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Advisory Board on Culture and Recreation for one-year term, Kathy Mills, Director, Nancy Christopher, Louis Ciaccio, Barbara Cotiers, Lisa Estrin, Mary Guccione, Suzanne Joyce, Lynn Limbrick, Daniel McInerney, Virginia Menschner, Kevin Patwell, Denise Schultz, Jonathan Theodore, and Kathy Van Sickle.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sewer Rent Appeals Board, member, 3-year term, Ron Levine.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chairman, 1-year term, Stanley Lushin.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Member, 1-year term, Bruce McClintock.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Recycling Committee Chairman, 1-year term, Bruce Simon.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Members, 1-year term, Isabel Haggerty, Frank Hagen, Lois Hagen, Bruce Haynes, Sandy Stead, Charles Barone, Patsy Wooters, and Sheila Foster.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Representative to the Community Foundation, John Meehan and Matthew Byrne.
So moved.
That's not,
Yeah, it's just an appointment. Representative to the Mawa River Committee, Jerry Levitas.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mileage reimbursement?
Yep. The standard rate of reimbursement to people for using their own cars in village matters or when undertaking trips authorized by the Board of Trustees shall be 55.5 cents per mile plus tolls. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor? Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's it. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn the organizational meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we will move on to the regular business. We will set the dates for the January meetings. We wanted to go back to the original, the final Wednesday of the month at 7 o'clock will be the workshops, and the village board meetings will be the following Monday at 7:30 p.m. The problem with our first meetings, unfortunately, is that Christmas Day and New Year's Day are both on Wednesdays. So what is your pleasure?
Thursday.
Thursday? You want to try for Thursday?
You want to just do a meeting?
Well,
and a workshop?
that's a national.
Yeah, we could just do...
What day?
The day after Christmas?
No. We could do it the Thursday, the 3rd, and just do the workshop and the board meeting.
Thursday's, the third's a Friday.
What day?
Wait, you have the...
This is
Oh, this is the wrong
2014.
calendar. Virginia, you're giving me the wrong
No,
calendar.
no, I put the right...
All right, so Monday the 6th?
Yeah.
Good.
Why don't you just do a January workshop?
Okay, so we'll just do the meeting and the workshop on the 6th due to the holidays,
Okay.
7.
starting at 7.
Okay.
So we're going to do
Thank
both,
you.
right, Trish?
Yes, we'll
Well,
do
you won't
both.
even call it a workshop, you just do it.
No, we'll just do a regular meeting.
Regular meeting?
Right.
Okay.
Okay? And then...
2014?
And then the
Yeah.
dates will continue on as the workshop being the final Wednesday of the month at 7, and the village board meeting will be the following Monday at 7:30 p.m. What time? I'm sure it's got to be 7:15, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we have a public hearing for the police officers retirement program. We have a local law that we would like to pass tonight. We have several of our officers who are 20-plus year members of our police department who we have come to offer them a buyout of their final years until retirement here in the village. Doing so, we have 8 officers who would be eligible for the program. It would be a 1-year buyout of their base salary. In addition to the savings of the salary, we would also be saving the longevity. And if all of our police officers took advantage of the program, it would be a savings of $950,000 to the village. And that would include the replacements of the police officers. I have asked the village clerk to place spreadsheets out onto out into the front if anyone would like to see how it would save the money, the village money. We would like to pass the local law tonight, and we would ask that the police officers have until December 29th to accept the buyouts, and they must retire before May 31st of 2014. I will turn it over to Terry, who will explain the local law.
Right.
Thank you. Very briefly, the local law essentially has the provisions that the mayor just referred to. We have the authority under the municipal home rule law to do this. The specifics of the buyout program will be described more fully in an agreement that has to be reached between the village and the PBA. They've already been provided with a draft agreement, which I understand is acceptable to them. We'll also have attached to that the particular circumstances of each police officer as far as accumulated leave and so forth that they'll be entitled to, so that when the matter is finally resolved, all of the monetary issues will be set forth, so there shouldn't be any confusion. Now, I also have provided to you a revised local law which has a few changes recommended by our Labor Council, none of which are of any substance. And were you to pass this tonight, then we would finish out the agreement with the PBA, which you would approve at a meeting either on December 11th or a special meeting that you will hold at the end of December to accept the resignations or accept the letters of the individual police officers.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, I'd like to open up the public hearing. If anyone has any comment, please come up to the microphone and state your name and address.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Do I have a motion on the local law?
Terry, can I ask a
Sure.
question?
Sure.
I spoke to the chief over the weekend about this, and he did answer some of my concerns. I noticed in the agreement that there is, first of all, an irrevocable retirement. If I understood, a letter of retirement or intent to retire that would be filed by the individual officer.
Correct.
Is there such a thing as an actually irrevocable? In other words, can they at the last minute still pull it back, even though we're calling it irrevocable? That's
No, because in the absence of the agreement with the PBA, that would be the case, that they probably could, but we're going to have an agreement with the PBA that'll essentially set forth all of these agreements, and then it would be extremely difficult for them to withdraw that.
And the other question I had was, I would assume that many of the officers that might take advantage of it, and I don't know that, I guess no one knows for sure if all 8 will or some other number less than that. Many of them might be higher up in rank, perhaps sergeants who are earning, higher amounts than the rest. Is there any talk about, because if we simply pass the local law and lose the talent of the sergeants and the high salaries, obviously, is there a concern that 5 years from now, 6 years from now, we're kind of back in the same place as their salaries increase and creep up? Are we, has there been any thought given to that, to the concern about accelerating costs with moving people up into those positions?
It's not a legal question, but yes, there has been thought, and I think the mayor and the treasurer can address that as far as the payback period, but it's all being considered in the figures that you have before you.
Yeah, Matt, actually, what happens is we did the savings over 5 years, but when you factor in the longevities, it's actually over a 10-year period. So Tom can give you the exact numbers, but no, we will not be in the same, it would take us 20 years to be back in the same boat again. And by that time, you'll have that turnover of retirees, so it's kind of, it'll keep turning over as we go on. And we don't know that all of them will take the buyout. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, even if they do, those new officers that come in will have to work 20 years. So you're going to have a constant turnover of officers.
Okay. And the only other question I have, and generally I'm supportive of the idea, I just wanted as much information.
Sure.
And the chief was very helpful in giving me some information. As I understand it, there are, and correct me if I'm wrong, there are 6 sergeant positions that are provided for by contract, and perhaps a 7th position that is not necessarily part of the
That's correct.
contract. Is there any talk about adjusting the number of, without affecting the ability of the department to function, obviously, looking at those numbers to determine whether they need that level of sergeant.
As many sergeants.
Yeah.
It's in our contract right now for 6 sergeants. That would be something that we would have to negotiate with the PBA contract, Tom. That wouldn't be anything that we could include into this buyout program.
And from what I understand, the contract doesn't expire for another 4 or 5 years.
No. Sooner.
16.
Period was 6, during control 1 10, so it's 12.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor?
Yes.
The public should know that a substantial number, a majority of those 8, we have assurances will take this. So it's not, it's a substantial law, because at least, I know of at least 5, and there probably, maybe possibly 6 out of the 8 will take advantage of this offer.
Any other questions from the board?
What if they don't take the money?
If they-
There's no repercussion, there's no problem?
Absolutely not.
They
It's
don't
totally
have to take it.
voluntary. It's totally voluntary. If they choose to take it, they have till December 29th. And if they choose not to, they just go on business as usual.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Do I have a motion? We closed already? Yes. So moved.
Local law number
Second.
12. Oh, local law number 12, so moved.
Second.
Okay, we'll have a roll call. Mr. Hagen?
Yes.
Mrs. Corrigan?
Yes.
I have to learn how the order now. Mr. Meehan?
Yes.
And Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion is carried. Okay, next up, Fire Department. Chief Stark?
Thank you, Ms. Mayor, and welcome to the new members of the board. I have a few items on the agenda this evening, and 2 of them were held over from last month, which I hope we can agree on them this evening. The first is to request to send out bids for the 2014 rescue truck.
So moved.
Well, before you do that, when do you want them returnable?
Well, we have to put it out for the minimum amount of time, which I believe is 14 days.
Oh, I think you want to do more than
More than
that.
14.
14 days?
Do a month.
Do a month.
Do a month?
Well,
As soon as we can put it out,
I think we need to ask the treasurer,
Where's,
the timing on, is Tom here?
He's out by.
Right there.
Oh, Tom?
Tom, do you know the minimum amount of time?
No, it's not a question of minimum. Legally, it's very quick, but the financing on the fire truck, about how long are you going to need to get that in shape?
Well, the first payment's not due until...
Well, I have to prepare some borrowing scenarios that's required by law, and then it has to be reviewed by the board and approved. So I would say the earliest is going to be next month that I can have that paperwork for you.
yeah, so, Mike, let's do 30 days at least.
6th?
Yeah, the 6th?
January 6th.
January 6th?
So we could have them due back, say, the day before?
Well, isn't your committee going to require some time to examine the specs as well?
It's not going to take us long. I mean, we're
Okay.
very, very familiar with the specs, so...
January 5th, then. That makes sense.
So we'll do January 5th. January 5th, because that'll be the
Yes.
day before the meeting. That gives,
Okay, well,
The 5th is a Sunday.
we can talk about it. Yeah, that's just the bids anyway. Okay, January 5th.
What day of the week is
It's a
that?
Sunday.
Noon?
Is it a
Yeah,
Sunday?
here it is.
Kathy,
I'm making it.
January 5th is a
Oh, yeah.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday, so that'd be Friday. Friday the 3rd?
Make it the 3rd.
Third Friday.
noon?
January
Okay.
the 3rd.
End of business day? We'll do
well,
11
no, you should do it a little earlier than that.
12 o'clock?
So it'll be January 3rd at noon?
12 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the second item is a part of this. That's the, send out the bids for the extrication equipment. And we can do the same
Same
Same.
parameters.
same time.
Same
So
same
moved, then.
parameters? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the last item is a 16-year-old member from the Hook and Ladder, and his name is Wusher Mercier, and he's already passed a New York State arson background check, so he's ready to go. He's waiting on the board approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you,
And
Chief.
thank you for your commitment to the fire department. Appreciate it.
Culture and Recreation, Kathy Mills.
Good evening, Mayor Abato. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for having me this evening. Upcoming events in the Village of Suffern. We have the Holiday Parade and tree lighting and Meet Santa this Thursday, December 5th. It will be starting at 6 o'clock with caroling and music by the Salvation Army and the high school choir, starting at 6 at that gazebo. At 6:45, we'll be having the parade start down Main Street with the fire department, and Santa's sleigh will be coming down Main Street. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll be doing the tree lighting. Then on, I'm sorry?
Pull your mic down because we're not hearing you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
Better? Oh, there's a hum? I don't know, just lift it up and down maybe, just to... Still humming?
Is it,
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
So again, the holiday lighting and parade will be this Thursday, December 5th. And then on Sunday, December 8th, we have the Pearl Harbor ceremony. It will be 2 o'clock here in the auditorium. So please join us for that, for the Pearl Harbor ceremony on this Sunday, December 8th. We also have on this Sunday, December 8th, the hoop shoot. It will be at the community center, starting at 12 o'clock noon. We have our annual recreation board meeting on December 12th, which is next Thursday. We have over at the community center on Friday, December 13th, will be the Dare Dance. And then coming up at the community center will be the toy drive for Dare, and we'll be hosting the toy drive over at the community center. One thing that I would like to ask the board, the VFW Rampo Valley Post 2973 is donating their bingo board and bingo balls to the community center, so I would like to accept that donation if possible.
So moved.
Second. That's fun, I like bingo.
So,
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved.
wonderful. So we're looking to do bingo events at the community center coming up, so look out for that. And then also the ice machine that was donated to the community center, we'd like to consider that as surplus, so we can remove it's been removed, it's being stored right now at the water department, but we would like to consider that as surplus.
And as I understand it, it's not just surplus, but it's garbage, and it's going to be disposed of, someone's going to take it away?
Correct.
Okay.
That, before I mentioned too, that machine was given to us as a donation. We didn't pay any money for that.
Do you have a current ice machine replacing that?
No, we do not. No.
Do I have a motion?
We need the motion.
Motion.
Second. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the new board members.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Grant writer, Fred Rella.
Good evening. Congratulations, Mayor and new board members. You have a resolution before you, which is a resolution that was passed a month or so ago, and this is for the Clifford Theater, $2,000. We have to fill in an extensive application with the state, and we were waiting for some information from the state, and they just got back to us. The prior resolution has Mayor Dagan-LaCourt's name on it. The application that we sent to Albany will have Mayor Abato's signature on it, and they have to match the two documents. So the resolution is to put the new mayor's name on on this.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved.
Okay.
Mayor, this is amending resolution number 15, 2013.
Right. The Community Development Block Grant Program, which is the program which has been doing the building facades in downtown, that application is due on January 31st, so in about 60 days it's due. And that's run through the Office of the Rockland County Community Development. For the past several years, that office has been headed up by Mr. Joseph Abate. He left that office about 60 days ago, and now that office is headed up by Maria Frank. We also have a new county executive, which will be starting on or about January 1, I believe.
Yes.
And that position is an appointed position by the county executive. So once again, our application is due January 31st. There's a lot of work that has to be done between now and then. So I'm not exactly sure if it's going to continue to be Maria Frank or if it will be somebody else at the helm there. With that in mind, the Citizen Advisory Committee of the Village of Suffern, which is a committee that comes up with ideas for the application for what we're going to be applying for. That's part of the requisites of the grant itself. Okay, so that will be meeting twice in December. And sure. And we're hoping that we could continue the facade program for another year, but we'll let you know what the committee comes up with at the next meeting. One final note, working with Charles Sawicki, he made me aware of a grant it's a small grant. It's only up to $20,000. 250 were awarded last year, with the bulk of them being $10,000, okay? And it's the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. And we were thinking of ideas in which we could utilize this, which would meet the criterion of the program itself. And we came up with the idea that something which would be beneficial, Foxwood Pond, when you drive by it, you see the aerator with the little fountain coming up, which helps with the vegetation in the pond, keeping it down and keeping air in the water. We're thinking of doing the same thing for Lake Antrim, okay? And the cost of that would be approximately about $10,000 to $12,000. So that's what we're looking at for that grant. And I'll be attending a seminar on that this Thursday. Okay? That's it.
Thanks, Fred.
Yep.
Okay, audience participation. If anyone would like to come up to the microphone for comments, please do so.
You have someone?
Sure, come on up.
Hi, my name is Joseph Bravagna, and I'd like to first congratulate everyone this past November and the new board. Best luck with all your endeavors. The reason I'm coming before you tonight is I have a proposal for the board that would like to be discussed at a future meeting. I have a marketing company, JA Media, and in such capacity, I'm going to be asking the village for the permission to do a revenue sharing deal to sell advertising space on your village website. Right now, currently, Rockland County Tourism Board, which I don't know what's going to be the status of that come January, but they currently do sell ads already on the county website. I'd like to have the ability to sell advertising space on the village website. Of course, anything I do would be a revenue sharing deal with the village. This way, we have a lot of tourism that comes into the village on a consistent basis from RCC. Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
We have many colleges that come to play RCC on a regular basis. If we could start to generate some revenue for the village, working in conjunction with, of course, the Suffern Chamber and also the surrounding businesses, I'd like to have the ability to sell ad space.
Okay, could you do us a favor?
Sure.
Since we're not familiar with anything about it.
Yeah, of course.
If you could just do us a favor and submit something to the village
Absolutely.
clerk's office in writing.
Sure, absolutely.
This way we have a chance to
Yeah, if I want
review
to
it.
just show you what I'm talking about, this way you know what you're looking at later. Can I show this?
Actually, if you could submit it in writing, and then if
Okay.
it's something that we're interested in, we can actually give you a call and you can do some kind of presentation
Not a problem.
for us.
Sure. Who should I send it to?
To the village clerk, to Virginia.
What's your email, or should I drop it? How should I submit it?
You could just... You could just send it to the village clerk.
Suffern suffernvillage.com.
What is it?
suffernClerk@village.com.
Suffern Village at
suffernvillage.com.
Suffern Clerk.
It's on the website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you go to the website, then you can also submit all the village trustees'
Okay.
Email addresses
email.
are on there.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so submit
All right.
to
So you
village
can send
clerk.
us
Okay.
all and
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Thanks,
Thank
Nancy.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Good evening. Congratulations to everybody. Roy Chudy, Lonigan Drive. In June of this past year, this summer, the town of Ramapo filed a letter of intent with the state of New York for the amount of $3.5 million, and that is to be used for flood mitigation, primarily for a siphoning system that would be inserted up at the quarry site, the Tilcon Quarry. This has nothing to do with the Goldstein building or any of that sort. This is just for that. In November, I believe, October or November, the town received an okay that they could move forward with that for approval or not approval for that money. In November, legislators Alden Wolf and Ilan Schoenberger introduced to the full legislature a capital projects funding request for the Mawa River project, which has to be finally approved by the new county exec. So we're hoping that'll be done. Who has attended many meetings with the concerned citizens of Suffern. And I'd like to know what the village's plans are for funding going forward on this with the flooding issue.
I don't think I understand the question.
Well, are you going to apply for any kind of funding for flood remediation?
Are you talking about the letters of intent that we sent along?
You didn't send, the village didn't send anything. It was the town of Ramapo that sent the...
You're talking about the siphoning system only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Roy?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is absolutely correct. And we also instructed with Phil Tisi that they were taking care of all of it. And we worked closely with the town of Ramapo for that letter to get sent, as well as Ellen Jaffe also worked with the town of Ramapo. We don't have any right to request funding for that, seeing that it is not the village's property.
Well, I just want to know, because I've attended legislative meetings, and in the past, I've requested that members of this body here attend a meeting in full support of receiving funding from the legislature, and unfortunately, nobody saw fit to appear.
No, that's not true. We have been working with them individually, and as Joe just mentioned, that property lies in the town of Ramapo, so we have absolutely no rights to request any kind of funding for that property whatsoever. However, we have reached out to the town of Ramapo, as well as the county legislators, to ask for assistance with that request from the town of Ramapo so that it could help us here in the village. Unfortunately, we really don't have anything else to do with that property except to ask for help. So did we? Yes. We have been involved. We have kept apprised of the situation. Joe monitors it very closely, as well as Jack Meehan, and has spoke on behalf of the village on several occasions directly with the town of Ramapo and the county legislators. So the answer is yes, we have been involved. No, we cannot ask for any money for help with that property for flood remediation.
The village does have, correct me if I'm wrong, the final say on what can go in and what cannot, and they would be supportive, I hope, of a siphoning system?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's something that we've all been asking for. That's why we put our assistance in trying to move this thing along.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Roy, if I might, as a new member of the board, and I would join in any attempt for this board to not only support the town of Ramapo's application, to be present at any meetings you need us at, if that is appropriate, whether it's capital projects budget with the county or anywhere else, and be happy to speak with, the other members of the board so we can all work together for that purpose. So certainly as a new member of the board, you have my support 100%.
Well, thank you. And in the past, the group that consists of the concerned citizens of Suffern has held many meetings with public and private officials trying to get an answer to this and to coordinate and communicate with all people concerned, and that includes New Jersey, too. So in the future, if we do when we do have another meeting, invite everybody here to attend. We'd be glad to have input from anybody and everybody to finally finding a solution to this.
That sounds like a great plan, Roy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Hi, Rich Kopp, Lonigan Drive. First of all, the board just said that, and the village has no say, they cannot do anything to help with the quarry, right?
No,
Okay.
that's not what I said. That's absolutely not what I said.
No, as far as putting in for grants or anything like that, all you can do basically is stay in the background and say, yes, we go along with it.
Right, we
But
can't
you
make
cannot put a foot forward to help, is that correct?
We cannot make any applications.
Okay. Is there anything that the board can do for the people in Squires Gate?
As far as?
As far as anything? I know the concerned, of Suffern, the citizens, they organized a cleanup of the river. And they had people from New Jersey. And New Jersey is working with Suffern as far as the river. They are hampered in doing a lot of things. I live right on the river, on Lonigan Drive. And if you look across at the hill going up, there is so much dead wood, old tree stumps, and everything on that bank. When the heavy rains come, everything gets washed down. When the river gets high, if the water gets high enough, it takes the logs, the trees, and anything there, and it floats them down, and that adds to the blockage of the river to put more water in our houses. Now, I've asked a couple of times, from what I understand, the people that own the property, their property, not the river, their property they are responsible for, right?
Correct.
Fine. Is there any way the Village of Suffern, with their zoning commission, can get in touch with all the people that have property over there and have them clean up their stuff? Over the years, I have called the police and the village from people just dumping stuff down there.
I believe, actually, I don't know, is Jerry Levitas here?
Yes, he is.
He is. I believe Jerry Levitas worked on this project, and at one point that was done.
Well, how long ago are you talking?
Jerry, how long ago was that? Where are you? Oh, he left, okay. I would have to say a year ago.
Actually, Randy and Mike went and sent letters and spoke
Right.
to all the homeowners, and they removed items that were deemed dangerous to the area.
Yeah. We have done it periodically.
Well,
if it's something that needs to be done again,
there is a lot of stuff on the banks, that hill
Okay.
coming down. People have actually taken 2x6s and made little shelves that they throw things down.
Right.
And they stop it right there.
Yeah, so we could do that again.
If you can walk the river and look up there and have the people responsible for all the garbage down there to clean it up.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send the code enforcers out there to take a look, and we can certainly do it again.
I would appreciate it.
No problem.
And one more question, I'll keep quiet. What kind of a parade are you having?
What kind of what?
What kind of a parade is the village having?
Christmas parade with Santa.
A Christmas parade or a holiday parade? Which is it? It was mentioned as a holiday parade. When did they change?
No, I think it was always a Christmas parade.
They said a holiday parade.
Yes.
You said holiday. I'm Jewish. I would much rather have the word Christmas.
Well, we went.
Thank you very much.
That's holiday.
You're welcome.
That's why we do the Hanukkah celebration.
Right.
That's why we do the Hanukkah celebration.
Okay, is there anyone else? Jean?
Well, sometimes it's better not to. You'll see.
Hello, Jean Hennelly, 135 Wayne Avenue. I welcome the new board members, and I wish you all well. I'd like to ask, will there be a public hearing on Orange Avenue this month? Is that confirmed?
We have one set for December 11th.
And that still, hasn't changed?
I have not had any direct correspondence that it has changed. If it does change at any point, we certainly will let everyone know.
Okay, so has that been submitted to the newspapers yet, or?
So, no, we haven't submitted it to the newspaper.
Okay.
It's too early.
It's too early?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how many days' notice do you usually have to give for a public hearing?
We'll give 3 days.
3 days?
No, it's not going to be republished.
Could it be on the website?
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be 3 days, and if anything should change prior to those 3 days, we certainly will put that out there.
Okay, and also I'd like to ask, I noticed that you guys are already in the preliminary stages of the budget for next year, and it's been almost a year since the last one, and I'd like to make sure that there's money in there for the emergency access to the West Ward. I know everybody is looking for other cheap avenues, and none have materialized. I think it should be a priority this year, and please make it done. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody.
Same to you, Jean. Anyone else? Jack? Yes. Come on down.
When is the adjournment date on the proposed construction of 111 units of housing on Orange and Chestnut Street?
We have another public hearing on December 11th, Jack.
What day is it?
A Wednesday.
What time?
I believe it's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
On the 11th?
Correct. You're welcome. Anyone else?
Doesn't like to walk down that side of the aisle?
Yeah, we should have microphones on both sides.
I think so.
I know.
Tim McInerney, 8 Pavilion Road, Suffern. I just wanted to thank the village guys. As you know, my road was a catastrophe where I live. Those guys worked very hard for the last couple of months. They put in the drainage, they put in the street. So I just want to let you know that, they did a really great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have a great crew.
They went through a lot. They had a lot of backups and stuff. It wasn't their fault. So, but they did a really nice job.
Thank you. That's nice to hear. Thank you very much. Charles, you'll carry that message back? Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move along. Police Department.
Thank you, Madam Board. Just real quickly, I just want to congratulate Trish, Matt, Frank. Gentlemen, welcome aboard. And just one quick thing, I know it's a night of celebration after this for everybody. We are looking to put on a dispatcher. I know I explained the last meeting. Our dispatcher had taken a job at the Sheriff's Department. We're just about there. I should have a name for the next meeting. We just are going through background checks. We have our tour drive coming up. Kathy, thank you. And our street hockey just finished up. And I want to thank you for the support, and I wish you guys the best of luck on the board.
Thank you, Chief. I skipped over our village attorney, but do you have anything, Terry?
I don't have anything. I'll save it for the next meeting, other than to congratulate the mayor and the new board members and wish them luck.
Thank you, Terry. Yes. Department of Public Works, Charles?
Good evening, Mayor and the board. Congratulations to the new mayor and the new trustees. I'd like to update, just have a few updates on some projects that we've been doing, and I'd like to thank Mr. McInerney for his comments. The street department, along with the assistance of the water and street department, removed and replaced approximately 400 linear feet of 35 by 24-inch arched stormwater drainage pipe on Pavilion Road. Roadway improvement projects, phase number 6 and number 7 have been completed, with the exception of the roadway striping and stop bars. That work will be completed this Wednesday. The wastewater treatment plant dewatering upgrade project is near completion, with final completion later this month. The abatement of 94 and 96 Lonigan Drive will be completed on or about Monday, December 9th.
Thanks, Charles.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, Virginia.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. The only thing I have, Mayor, is the approval of the regular board meeting of October the 15th, 2013.
Okay, the 2 new trustees will not be able to vote on this, so we'll need the board members who were present.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I vote yes. Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Finance Department, Tom.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. Once again, congratulations, Trish, on being the mayor, and Frank and Matt, welcome aboard. I wish you guys the best of luck, because if you do well, the village does well. Okay, I'm requesting authorization to issue a revenue anticipation note for $1,350,000. This will be used to fund the water and sewer departments for the balance of this fiscal year. For the benefit of Frank and Matt, what happens is our water and sewer is billed in arrears, so basically the people use the water, 6 months later we bill them for it. But the problem is we have to pay all of our workers and all the costs associated with delivering the water. So we've been borrowing money, and then we pay it back once we do the May billing, and then we're whole again. So that's why we have to do this. So
Is that paid back in May, literally?
it'll be paid. What happens is we bill it out in May, and we collected the money between May 1st and like June 5th, and then we pay it back usually like around July 10th.
To pay this exact note that's being...
Yes, we pay that note off in full. We do it for like 6 months. We borrow the money.
And the repayment includes, the amounts collected on the repayment includes any interest that are charged for the note?
Well, there'll be interest on top of this 1.3 million.
Right.
It's about maybe $2,000-3,000, something like that. You know, it's about 1.75% for 6 months, so 0.75% of...
It's more than covered by the revenue that comes in.
Yes, oh yes, yes. We'll probably bill out close to 1.7 million.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, roll call, Mr. Hagen.
Yes.
Mrs. Corrigan.
Yes.
Mr. Meehan.
Yes.
Mr. Byrne.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion's carried.
Thank you. And I was working on the budget timeline for the year 2014-15, and thanks to Kathy, it's up on the website today. So I will do my best to adhere to that. I will, when I get the new trustees' emails, I will email everybody a copy of that. So if there's any questions or there's any, problems with a date or something, we can work it all out. Okay? Thank you.
Tom.
You're welcome.
Anything from the trustees?
No, I just want to say welcome aboard, everybody, and congratulations, Trish, Matt, and Frank.
Thank you.
We'll have a
I'll
good 2
second that
years.
motion.
I'll second that. Before we close, I just want to welcome Matt and Frank aboard. I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. I think we have a wonderful board. I think diversity is what makes a board work, and I couldn't think of 2 more wonderful people to have on the board with us. So I look forward to that.
How come you didn't say that during the election? Oh, I'm kidding.
No, but that's the funny thing, I did.
Did you? Okay.
That's a funny thing, I did say that.
Just a joke.
I do, I really truly look forward to it. I think we're going to have a great board. We're going to do good things together, and I really truly look forward to it. I would like to invite all of you out into the foyer area for some refreshments to celebrate our new trustees and my new venture as mayor here. I look forward to seeing you all here every meeting, and I need a motion to adjourn.
Trish, if you just, all kidding aside, I look forward to the next 2 years as well. Obviously, Frank and I are ready to work, I don't want to speak for him, but certainly ready to work with you where we have to and where we should. I'm speaking to you anyway. But, you know,
Frank said he didn't say that.
as a lifelong resident of Suffern, it's an honor just to sit here. I started coming to board meetings about 30 years ago when Mayor Savarese was here, and I think myself and Dr. Leschner were the only two in the room at the time who were actually coming to watch. And he's still coming too.
Matt, I hate to burst your bubble, but I was here.
You were here too. That's right. But I do look forward to it. I want to keep people from enjoying the party outside, but look forward to the next 2 years where we can work together, and we should work together, we will.
Yes.
And where we might have disagreements on occasion, certainly we can do that without being disagreeable, and we'll have some good discussion. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Phil.
Frank?
I would like to say thanks to everyone that voted for us. Thank you very much.
Aw.
Don't make me sorry.
Motion to close. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.